Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into
Modern
it.
household appliances facilitate the introduction of beauty and cleanliness not only in the house, but also in other places. One of these places, where without the triumph of modern engineering thought cannot do without, is the interior of the car. It is there that a vacuum cleaner is absolutely necessary. The amount of dirt and dust that gets inside the car is comparable only to a vestibule. From the iron horse is constantly going in and out, depending on the weather, dragging dirt and dust on their feet. Outer clothes in the cold time of day is also not shining with cleanliness. A good car vacuum cleaner will help you to cope with this perfectly. What kind of car vacuum cleaner to choose, so that you get the right price and quality? It is not hard to guess that the purpose of a vacuum cleaner is quite prosaic: to clean dust from the interior, seats, which in a car, which is driven a lot. And also it accumulates in such hard-to-reach places that it is difficult to compare the process of cleaning with the help of vacuum cleaner at home, in living rooms, and in the car interior. Obeying the objectively expected demand of car owners, manufacturers have created many models and flooded the market with them. The differences between devices are sometimes in completely unexpected characteristics. Anyone who is not particularly sophisticated in choosing a magic brush can get confused. This article is designed to help understand the variety and not get lost in the huge assortment. So, what is the difference between a home and car device? How to choose the right one? First of all, the former is significantly larger than the latter. When creating a vacuum cleaner for the home, there is absolutely no need to make it extremely small and compact. It is another matter when it comes to a car. Here it is important that the device should be comfortable in the hand, be as mobile and compact as possible, and fit comfortably in the hand. Thus, the main argument to choose between a home vacuum cleaner and a specialized vacuum cleaner is the second one: banal convenience. Of course, no one prevents you from simply taking a home device, bringing it to a place where you can park your car, and there is an outlet, and cleaning the interior with its help. Only it will be A. inconvenient, B. completely low quality, since the car is a very specific thing that requires the device to be able to carefully handle seams and hard-to-reach places, because the seats cannot be pushed back and positioned more conveniently during cleaning, like the chairs in the house. Criteria to pay attention to when choosing a car vacuum cleaner. Before we move on to the consideration of specific models, it is necessary to highlight a number of important criteria by which and we will judge what for a particular case is suitable and what is not. Here they are. Power. Let's start with the simplest and most understandable: power. First of all, you should be interested in the power of the device to be purchased. On the market today, there is a range from 30 to 180 watts. To this indicator is very strictly tied to the order of price. After all, it is obvious that less power will provide a worse quality of cleaning. At the same time, there is no need to buy a super powerful vacuum cleaner if you need it for occasional non-capital cleaning, and for serious cleaning you prefer to take your car to a car wash. In this case, the suction power, which will be enough for you, varies in the range of 30 to 80 watts. This is enough to quickly pick up coarse dirt, dog hair from the occasional dog, and so on. Which means why pay more? Read also, features of a competent choice of a car amplifier. Another thing, if you have some special pollutant, thanks to which the need for thorough cleaning arises much more often. It can be your own dog, which likes active walks, maybe a child, or the need to often take some things from and to the dacha, including in muddy weather. An experienced car owner will be able to expand this list several times. If the periodicity of such a situation occurs frequently, then dragging every time to the car wash is silly and expensive. But a cheap low-power vacuum cleaner will not help much in this situation. Then it is worth paying attention to the device with a capacity of 100 watts. It can cope with strong contaminants. Dust bag, dust collector, a mandatory element that should draw your attention. A special container designed to collect garbage, or a cloth bag, depending on the model, significantly affects the quality of cleaning. Although this fact seems to many people not obvious. So, When choosing between a bag and a container, we strongly recommend choosing the second option. In this case, pay attention that it was transparent. Then you will be able to clean it in time, neither earlier nor later. The more spacious the dust collector, the less often you will have to clean it. Remember this. The range of dust containers in car vacuum cleaners varies between 200 to 700 cubic centimeters. Hose when inspecting the store display. Go from the dust collection compartment to the hose. This area is also very important. Feel it well, bend it in different directions. You want the hose to be flexible, as soft as possible. Rigid hoses are better to move aside. They too easily crack and break. Especially this problem becomes relevant in the cold. You can also pay attention to vacuum cleaners without hoses. Such a design makes the device somewhat stronger, nothing to break or fray, but adds certain household inconveniences, mobility, and processing of hard-to-reach places. It's up to you. Cord and the choice of the type of power supply. Having rejected on the previous points a huge part of the models, we move on. Now we are interested in the cord, more precisely, its length. So, forget those lengths that you considered normal for an apartment. Now you will need a much longer cord. Look for a figure of about 5 meters, but certainly not less than 3. A huge number of models offer 2-meter cords. Don't fall for this figure. Even in small cars, 2 meters no longer give the possibility of normal quick cleaning, and starting with medium-sized cars, turn cleaning into a real hell. Read also, the best car alarms with feedback if you really like some model, but the manufacturer for some reason equipped it with a short cord. Buy a special extension cord that will be connected to the cigarette lighter. You can also opt for a battery-powered vacuum cleaner and not have to worry about cords. This item also has its pros and cons. For example, recharging the battery is a bit more expensive than direct power from the mains, but not so much that it matters to the average single-car motorist. It might make sense for car washes to save money on this. It just doesn't for the car owner. Nozzles and brushes. Trying to win the consumer's attention with diversity, any manufacturer is teased with a huge number of nozzles. There are brushes made of artificial lint, brushes made of natural lint, silicone brushes, and many more different variations. When choosing a vacuum cleaner, it's hard to decide which one is best. What if that one is better than this one? Is there more brushes? Is that one prettier? Stop and think. Don't fall victim to marketing. You don't need this variety at all. In practice, a limited number of brushes are used, and they are usually included in the basic equipment of any model. These are retractable bristles, which you will use on carpet and pitch unless they are rubber. A narrow tip to handle all sorts of hard-to-reach areas. The coarse high bristles for cleaning large areas will do a great job on any surface. A special hairbrush will be relevant for owners of dogs and cats, often transported in the car. That's it. Do not think that the other brushes will be used by you often. As a rule, this set is over the roof enough for standard cleaning. All in all, it's clear that bigger isn't always better. You don't need a vacuum cleaner with the most kit. You need a vacuum cleaner with the most reasonable kit. A few words about the companies. The market for car vacuum cleaners is both very diverse and at the same time very limited. For example, let's look at the list of the most reputable manufacturers represented in the domestic market. Familiar all the faces, or rather, the names. These are all well-known and reputable giants that have managed to prove themselves well in the market of equipment. And the best car vacuum cleaners should be sought from them. Choosing between Bosch and Electrolux, you can choose only according to your personal likes. In terms of quality, they go toe-to-toe. Bimatech and Philips are well-known, in the ear, to everyone almost from diapers. The rivalry between Vitec and Samsung is a well-known matter, but not relevant to ordinary consumers. Why do you need to know which of them is the best? Choosing tonics. Choose a well-known company. One day can bring more problems than benefits. Focus on your own comfort, convenience, on the thoughtfulness of the model. In conclusion, selecting the right vacuum cleaner for your car can make a significant difference in maintaining its cleanliness and overall condition. Consider factors such as size, suction power, and attachments to ensure you choose a model that meets your specific needs. Whether you opt for a compact handheld vacuum or a more powerful corded option, the right choice will help you keep your vehicle looking its best. Remember, a clean car not only enhances your driving experience, but also preserves its value over time. Thank you for watching, and happy cleaning.